When you're approaching a junction and you're coming from the minor road into a major road, you're the one that will have to give way. You may see give way signs, and you also might see give way triangles on the road. This lets you know that you need to give way to the people that are already on the major road. If it's clear, you can keep moving. There may be some where you can't see properly into the major road. These are called closed junctions. For these ones, it's a good idea to get into first gear and then stop, have a look first, make sure it's safe on both sides. Then once you see that it's clear, you can start moving. Give way to pedestrians that are already on the road, and you should also give way to pedestrians that are waiting to cross at the end of the road as well. Position yourself in a way that lets people know that you're turning left. So this example is positioned too far to the right. You want to position your car towards the left side of the road so that everyone knows what you're doing. And also this gives people space that are turning right to go and do their turn without you being in the way. Avoid stopping too far forward from the give way line, as this could be dangerous. And also don't stop too far away, as you won't be able to see what's on the new road. Position yourself just by the give way line like this, and you can make sure you're in the right position by looking out the window, and when your wing mirror is just above the give way line, you know that you're far enough forward and not too far back. When turning right from a minor road into a major road, you're going to have to give way to the traffic already on the major road, and you can tell that you're coming up to a junction by these hazard warning lines, which are long white lines with a small gap in between. There may not always be a give way sign as you approach, but you still need to be careful as you need to give way to the traffic already on the major road. And turning right usually takes longer than turning left because you have to deal with both lanes of traffic, so be ready to be patient and only go once it's safe. Make sure you position yourself correctly. Positioning yourself too far left like this is going to confuse people around you. And if you go over the center line, this could be dangerous as any vehicles turning into that road won't expect you to be on their side of the road. You also want to avoid stopping too far away from the give way line as you won't be able to see properly. To help you position correctly, you can use reference points. So as you approach the give way line, you can position yourself in a way so that the hazard warning line is in the corner of your windscreen, just like here. This way you know you're not too far left and you're not too far to the right. You'll be just left of the center line. And then as you go to the give way line, stop once the give way line is underneath your wing mirror. That way you're not too far back and you're not too far forward. Then once you check that it's safe, you can make your turn. When turning left from a major road into a minor road, you have priority over the other vehicles. Before you turn, watch out for any cyclists that might be going past you on your left. You want to check your mirrors before you do any turns, and if there are any cyclists going past, you should stop for them, let them go past, and then make your turn. Be careful of any other road user that might be in the new road that you're turning into. And as you approach the turn, watch out for any pedestrians, and if there are pedestrians waiting to cross, you should let them cross if you can stop safely. Once they're finished crossing, check your mirrors and then make your turn. Avoid turning too wide unless there's a vehicle blocking you from turning on your own lane. You can do this by using a reference point. So in this situation, you can use the curb. Once it disappears from the corner of your windscreen, it's time for you to start turning. This will avoid you turning too wide or too close to the curb. When turning right from a major road into a minor road, you have to give way to oncoming traffic. But if there's no oncoming traffic, just like in this example, you can just check your right mirror and then make your turn. If there are any cars coming from the side road, they need to wait for you as you have priority. All you need to think about is the oncoming traffic. So if there's no one coming from there, check your right mirror and then make your turn. where there are oncoming traffic, make sure you give way to them by waiting on your side of the road, and sometimes they might stop for you, which means you can go. If you're not confident to go in that situation, just wait until you get a safer gap. There are also times when there are spaces for you to wait in. So in this situation, there's a box for you. So you want to drive in there as though you're parking in there with your car straight so that you're out of the way of the cars behind you. Wait for the oncoming traffic to pass, and then once it's safe, you can make your turn. Avoid turning too early. This is called cutting corners. And this can be dangerous as you're driving on the wrong side of the road. To avoid this, use this reference point where you line your wing mirror up with the center line of the new road that you're turning into, and then once it's safe, you can make your turn. This avoids you turning too late or too early. And if you're about to turn and you see pedestrians waiting to cross the side road, you need to wait on your side until they cross. And then once they're finished crossing, check your right mirror again and then make your turn if it's safe to do so. When you're approaching Crossroads from a minor road, you're the one that will have to give way. And you will see sometimes give way signs as you approach the junction. You may also see give way lines on the floor. Well, here when you're going straight, you're looking both left and right for any oncoming vehicles. You want to wait for a safe gap, and then once you see there's no one coming from the left or right, you can make your move. If you're turning left at a crossroads from a minor road, again, you got to give way, and here we can see there's a triangle on the floor, an upside down triangle letting us know that we have to give way. And then as we get closer, we've got the give way lines on the road. We're going to give way to the vehicles on the major road. Once it's clear on the right side over there, we can make our turn towards the left. You still want to check the left as well before you make your move, in case anybody's coming from that side on your side. When you're turning right, it can be a bit tricky, but in this situation it was nice and clear, so it's just a matter of checking all over and then turning. But when you get there and there are other vehicles on the main road, they will have priority. In this situation, we're turning right, so we're going to have to deal with the left and the right. All the vehicles coming from both sides have priority, and we've got to wait for them before we make our move. So this can take quite a while since we have to wait for both sides to be clear. So be patient in this kind of situation and only go when you see a nice safe gap. Once you do see a safe gap, you can make your move. And be careful of any cars coming from this side of the road because they'll have priority as well. On this crossroads, we are on the major road and we're going straight. Here you can see on the sides we've got giveaway lines on the left and the right. This shows us that the cars coming from the right hand side and the left hand side have to wait for us since we have priority. And if you're turning left from a major road into a minor road at a crossroads, you also have priority here. Watch out for these kind of signs that tell you which side of the road to turn on. And when turning right, it's a bit trickier. You're going to have to deal with oncoming traffic who have priority. So again, the sides have to give way to us because we are on the major road. And then once we get into the middle here, we're waiting for the oncoming traffic who has priority because we have to cross the lane to get into the new road. Once it's safe to go, look out for pedestrians that might be crossing at the junction as well. Here, in this example, we're turning right, but we've got this motorbike on the left. Remember, we've got priority because we are on the major road. So we're going to go past him and then wait in this position here. We've got the pedestrian waiting who has priority, so we let them cross and then we can make our turn when it's safe. So just like in the example before, where there are vehicles waiting on the left, like here, it's good to actually block them so that they know that you're not letting them come out. Because if you stop too far back, it's going to give the impression that you're letting them go. But if you stop here, This lets the van driver know that we're going to go first, and then once we've turned, they can then turn when it's safe for them to move.